So I just hit 10,000 followers, which is kind of really surreal and nuts. I'm really glad that you guys listen to me talk in my room for a little bit. But I thought that I'd celebrate this with you by sharing something pretty intimate, which is that I got my autism diagnosis earlier this week. And to celebrate that, I wanted to share an autistic rant that I've been holding in for quite some time. That being that Silver the Hedgehog is the most autistic Sonic character, and I should be the one to play him in Sonic 5. Okay, let's get started. Who is this video for? Well, it's for everyone. Thank you so much for watching me, but also it's especially for Sophie Holland, Janelle Scuderi, and Trisha Wood, the casting directors of Sonic 3. Hear me out, please just... Now, who is Silver the Hedgehog? Silver the Hedgehog is 1/3 of the Knights of Kronos, which is the main trio of hedgehogs in the Sonic the Hedgehog series, that being Sonic, who represents the present, Shadow, who represents the past, and Silver being from an alternate future, representing the future. They all have their own aspects of time that they represent. Specifically, Silver hails from an alternate future where his world has been destroyed by Iblis, the fire spirit of destruction. Now, despite Sonic and Shadow being known for their incredible speed, Silver's not actually known for this. He's known for his telekinesis and his ability to fly. He's also shown the ability to time travel, but I'm putting an asterisk there because it's not always his ability that does it. Sometimes he uses the time stones introduced in Sonic CD. Sometimes it's a chaos control thing, like Shadow's chaos control. It's very vague. But one thing is for certain, Silver reads very heavily as having intense anxiety and especially autism spectrum disorder. Why do I know this? The creators of Sonic the Hedgehog go out of their way to paint Silver as someone who has difficulty with socialization and social cues. For example, there's a moment where Sonic and Silver are talking trash to each other and Sonic goes, "You're gonna eat my dust, Silver." "Okay." "No, you're supposed to say in your dreams, Sonic." "Okay, in your dreams, Sonic." No, you ruined, no, the moment's over, you ruined it. That's who Silver is. He's a little socially awkward, he's a little bit inept, but he's a sweetheart. He also demonstrates incredibly obsessive thought patterns, that being over the Iblis trigger. If you know the beginning of Sonic 06, you know that that's the first thing that comes into his mind. I finally found him. The Iblis trigger! Side tangent. Time travel is an autistic power. Why do I say this? Well, I wrote a movie called Bookmark where the main character, Ian, uses time travel as a metaphor for autism masking to constantly present the version of himself that he wants other people to see. Please help me make the full movie. I'll be posting more about it soon, but back on topic. Silver, if you think I'm wrong, look at the Sonic community. Almost every other fan interpretation of Silver interprets him as this odd duck outsider, and it's very endearing. Also, Silver the Hedgehog is what myself and my friends refer to as propeller hat coded. To be propeller hat coded means that you're so pure and honest in a sort of head empty kind of way, and I don't want you to think about who in my friend group is the propeller hat coded one because it'll hurt my feelings. It's me. I'm the propeller hat coded one. Just move on. Now, I know what you're thinking, casting directors of Sonic 3. Why not Sonic 4? Why aren't you shooting for Sonic 4? Because I'm in your brain. I know what you're thinking. The end credit scene of Sonic 3 teased Amy and Metal Sonic, which leads me to believe that Sonic 4 is going to follow the plot of Sonic CD. Sonic CD is the game that introduced the time stones, which Silver frequently uses to travel back and forth in time. Remember when I said that earlier? Which leads me to believe that Sonic 5 or Sonic 6 will be the introduction of Silver the Hedgehog. They're going to do an Avengers-like thing where they get all these characters together to fight Iblis. Now, I could be wrong, but only if Sonic 5 is going to follow a Sonic Heroes type plot, but also the Sonic Heroes plot is kind of a mess, and I don't know how they do that, but I'm here for the ride. In fact, if they do introduce him in Sonic 6, it would follow the Sonic 06 thing. It would be cute. Now, the serious question. Why me? I mean, sure, we could give it to an A-lister. I'm sure Timothée Chalamet's on everyone's mind, sure, but he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it like I want it. No one is hungrier than me for this role. This is me putting on Sonic the Hedgehog at work. This is me getting the Sonic the Hedgehog Magic the Gathering secret lair. I live and breathe this franchise. No one will do this role justice the way I could, and no one cares about this IP as much as me. And honestly, I'm very Silver-coded. I also struggle from intense anxiety, not necessarily from experiencing the end of my world, but for general things. There's a story of me as a child when I was 5 years old that my mom pulled our car into the driveway, told me that she's gonna run in and grab something, and she'll be right back out. She left the car running. I was fine. That being said, after a couple minutes, I thought that I was locked inside the car and I started panicking. Again, this is a turned on car. The AC was running. There is no way that I was trapped inside this car. However, I started freaking out and laying on the horn. My mom rushes out, goes, "What the hell is going on?" And I was like, "I was locked in the car." And she goes, "No, you weren't." And if the metaphor of feeling that you're locked inside a running car with the AC on is not indicative of both who I am and who Silver is, I don't know what is. Also, I'm autistic. As we now know for certain, I'm also propeller hat coded. Don't talk about it. It's gonna hurt my feelings. Also, I'm a huge mage enthusiast. I want to be a wizard in everything that I do. Also, cast me as Gale in the Baldur's Gate adaptation. I don't know if you have control over that, but I'd really like that. This is my name and my representation or my email down here. Get your people in touch with my people. We'll make this happen. Thank you so much for listening to my stupid bullshit. Thank you for 10,000 followers. I'm in a really great spot right now, guys. Thank you.